you're looking to dive into topics on how to live a happier, healthier, more fit, and long lifespan, then you've come to the right podcast. Livin the Dream with me, Coach Damian Evans. Together, we will explore the topics on all things health, fitness, and wellness. Together, we will be lifelong learners on this journey to living the ultimate dream.
What up, Dream Team? Coach D here coming at you from beautiful, sunny San Diego, and welcome back to the Livin the Dream podcast, where today we are going to cover the topic of training to help you reach for your health, fitness, and wellness goals and in order to live your dream life. Today, we're diving into what I would argue is the number one problem holding most people back from their health and fitness goals. And that number one problem is inconsistency. Let's be real. Everybody started a workout routine. Everybody. The vast majority of people have tried some form of fitness. But sticking with it, that's where the most people will fall off. And here's the truth. A subpar workout done consistently will outperform an incredible workout done inconsistently. And that's every single time. You can have the best of something for you, but if you don't do it, it's not the best for you. Today, I'm giving you 10 behavior-based strategies backed by science and field tested with real clients that will dramatically improve your consistency. So if you've ever struggled to stay on track, this episode is for you. Let's dive right into our 10 behavior-based strategies. The first one is my favorite one. Habit stack like a pro. We've all got habits that we already do without thinking. Whether it's brushing our teeth, brewing some coffee, walking to the fridge, whatever the habit is, what if you could piggyback off of the habits that you have locked in to some habits that will lock in your fitness goals? That is what habit stacking is. You're pairing a new habit with something that you already do. You already eat lunch every day. Okay, well, stack it with a 10-minute walk right after. Not only is that going to boost your activity and your daily steps, but it also helps to regulate blood sugar and insulin. It helps to get you outside, hopefully. Lots of nice benefits come with stacking a walk after a big meal. Other examples obviously could be 10 squats after you brush your teeth, something super simple. 5 push-ups before checking your phone. Before you pick up your phone, you're someone that does 5 push-ups. Maybe it's a few mobility moves while the shower warms up. Or like I like to do, if I'm watching any kind of TV, I'm not sitting on the couch in the same position that I sit in chairs and in my car. I get down on the floor with a bunch of comfy pillows and foam rolling devices and a yoga mat with blankets on top so that it's nice and comfortable for me. And I do mobility while watching a screen. It's frictionless, it works, and it sticks. Habit stack like a pro. Number 2, start smaller than you think. And this is where everyone thinks that they're starting small, but they're probably not starting small enough. Here's where a lot of people go wrong. They start way too big. I'm going to work out 6 days a week. I'm going to cold plunge at 4 in the morning every single day. I'm going to do red light therapy for 20 minutes in the morning and the afternoon. But they haven't done one workout in 6 months. They haven't done any self-care in the last year. This is a recipe for burnout. You have to start tiny, so small that it feels almost silly. 5-minute bodyweight workouts while you watch your coffee or your tea brew. 1 set of squats while you do after a Zoom call or while you're brushing your teeth. 1 10-minute walk, which actually might be a little bit bigger than some people can handle, after a meal. Once you get this tiny thing into your routine, it's going to build momentum. You're going to feel successful. When it's easy to win, you keep showing up. That's how we build behavior-based consistency. One of the coolest things from the accountability club that we put 100 people through for a full year, the very first goal of that year was to drink a glass of water every single morning, just a glass of water. And honestly, after dozens and dozens of goals throughout the year, that first goal of drinking a glass of water, an inner bath in the morning, was one of the most impactful things people did. And it's because it was small, they felt successful, but honestly, it's checking off a win first thing in the morning. You're getting a successful win and you're building trust in yourself. And the cool part about this is you can always build from where you start. But it really sucks to be able to start too fast, too hard, and then fail, and then tell yourself, man, I always do this. I always fail. I'm never going to succeed at this. It's because you're not setting yourself up for success. When it starts with the smallest sustainable step, that is where you're going to find success. That is where momentum will build from. So start smaller than you think. Start simple. Start easy. Number 3 on this list of 10. Fall in love with the process, not the outcome. Have process-oriented goals, not outcome-oriented goals. I want to lose 30 pounds. Okay, but how? Focusing on the outcome without honoring the process is like staring at the scoreboard instead of playing the game. Let me say that again. Focusing on the outcome without honoring the process is like staring at the scoreboard instead of actually playing the game. Instead of saying, I want to lose 30 pounds, say, I'm going to work out 3 times a week and hit 150 grams of protein daily. That is a process that will get you to the goal that you're looking for. Focus on the process. How many steps per day? How many workouts per week? How much protein intake per day? How is your sleep consistency? The process will build the result, not the other way around. It's the same thing as when you focus on health. Health is going to elicit great aesthetics. You're going to look good when you focus on health. But when you focus on aesthetics, maybe you won't even get either health or aesthetics. So the process builds the result, not the other way around. Number 3, fall in love with the process, not the outcome. Number 4, plan for obstacles. They are going to happen, not just planning on your motivation to get you where you want to go. Listen, motivation is amazing. It is one of the best feelings in the world. When you have it, ride it, go with it. But just know it's going to disappear. It's an emotion, happiness, sadness, motivation. They come and they go. It always does. So when you're motivated, don't just make big plans. Prepare for the moment when that motivation is going to drop. Ask yourself, what am I going to do when I don't feel like working out? What is my plan? Plan for obstacles. Ask yourself, what's my 10-minute version of this 45 or 60-minute workout? What is my 10-minute version? So when life gets crazy, when I forget my headphones, when I don't have my workout clothes, what is my 10-minute version that I can do when I get home? What's my home backup plan? Maybe it's just one set of lunges. Maybe it's going up and down the stairs at your work. Maybe it's a mobility flow in between 2 Zoom calls. But plan for those low days, not just riding the wave of motivation. Plan for those low days and you'll keep your streak alive. Done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. Plan for obstacles, not just motivation. Number 5 on our list of 10, create a friction-free environment. This might be my second favorite one. Create a friction-free environment. If your shoes are buried in the closet and your gym bag's in the trunk and your headphones are dead, good luck getting that workout in. Your environment is going to set you up for where you want to go. How can you set up your environment to become the person that you want to be. Set yourself up for success. Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Keep your gym bag ready. Maybe have a backup gym bag in your trunk at all times. Make sure your gear is charged. All of your electronics are charged. Make sure you have maybe a backup charger somewhere. Pick a consistent time to do the thing that you want to do that avoids distractions. If you want to get your work done, maybe don't do it in front of the TV or out in a place where there's a ton of people that are going to interrupt you and want to talk with you. Remove decision making here. Remove any resistance, because you will find that you have decision fatigue as you make decisions throughout the day. Things rack up. Your body and your brain start to fatigue, and you're going to want to take the path of least resistance. Remove resistance, and then you remove the excuse. Even elite athletes do this. Why? Because they know how powerful environment is for behavior. For me, I absolutely am obsessed with exercising and fitness, but I still go through those waves where I don't feel like it. What do? I set up my environment. I have a pull-up bar in the door of my home that I walk through all the time. And I hang there. I do pull-ups there. In my living room, I have mobility tools all over where I'm going to be sitting and watching the screen. I have my environment set up so that I have a mini trampoline right behind my couch where when I start to feel lethargic or I want to just get some bounces in, it's right there. Now, yes, if someone comes into my house and I'm hosting a party or something like that, my house probably is not set up to do that. So I would have to make the adjustments for that one-off occasion. But I would rather my environment be a little bit weird and not the norm on the regular, and then for me to be able to fix that on the times when I need to be a little less weird. Remember, if you're normal's not great right now. We are sick, we are overweight, we are not happy. We want to make sure we get a little bit weird in order to get to the places that we want to go for our goals. So create your friction-free environment. Set up your environment to be the person that you want to become. Number 6, track it visually. Track it visually. It doesn't have to be forever, but awareness is going to be the first key to making the steps that you need to make. If you want to build a habit that lasts, you have to track something. How do you know where you want to go if you have no idea where you're at right now? We are visual creatures, and seeing the streak, it helps to lock it in. For me, I love gamification. I love to be able to track. I've talked about this before. I have a spreadsheet that I track over 60 things that I do every single day. I look through the weeks and the months and how my numbers are stacking up, and I can see trends over time with this data. I have a weight scale in my kitchen, and I before I eat something, I just put it right on the scale. I'll take a handful of nuts and I'll just drop it on the scale, and I'll just have an idea of what I'm eating. Even if I'm not tracking it in an app like MyFitnessPal or Carbon Coach, we're visual creatures, and seeing the numbers is going to help us to lock it in. It's going to help us to become more intuitive with our subconscious as we get more and more data. Some ideas here: cross off workouts on a physical calendar that you walk by every day. When you see these X's and then you see these blank spaces, that is going to elicit some sort of behavior, and it's going to guide your behavior in the long run. Use a habit tracking app. There's apps for everything now, and these habit tracking apps are getting pretty cool. You could write your workouts in a notes app. This is one thing that I found has really helped me when I would go to the gym and I would kind of like not really have the motivation. When I had a list of exercises with a little bubble that I could like tap and check off like a to-do list, and I just wrote down all the exercises that I wanted to do, I was much more likely to actually do the entire workout than just kind of gas out and be like, oh, I'm ready to go home type of thing. When I had these to-do task lists that I had to check off. You can log your steps and see if you can beat a certain number per day, or you could log your gym visits and give yourself a goal, a nice, easy, simple goal at first to try to hit this many gym visits per week or per month. Really, the more that you can see your effort, literally see and track your effort, the more rewarding it's going to become. And if you miss a day, that's okay. Start over and try to beat your previous streak. Turn it into a game that you're trying to beat yourself. It doesn't have to be about anybody else. I love to be able to think about, okay, I have a streak, and then my number one rule is just don't miss 2 in a row. 1 is fine. It happens. Now I can start a new streak. But when you start to miss 2 in a row, that's a streak in the wrong direction. So number 6, track it visually, gamify it, and see what happens and see if it does kind of motivate you a little bit more. Number 7 on this list of 10, reward yourself, but reward yourself the right way. Positive reinforcement, it works, but the reward, it matters. Donuts, probably not the best idea if you're looking for a body fat loss goal, but maybe a massage, a walk on the beach, some new workout gear, maybe a date night. Those are great rewards. If you hit your weekly goals, reward yourself with something that fuels your journey, not that derails it, right? Something that rewards it, that doesn't derail it. Even just acknowledging your consistency can be really rewarding. Saying out loud or writing in your journal, damn, I've worked out 3 weeks straight. That's 14 days more than I've done in the past. I am so proud of that. Celebrate the wins, and especially celebrate the small wins, because at first when you start this journey, it's kind of like starting a snowball. It starts very small and it takes a while, but then it builds and it builds and it grows. But if you don't celebrate those small wins at first, it's really easy to just say, hey, this is not the pace that I'm trying to get my goals. I just don't feel like I'm doing this. It's going way too slow. And then you'll quit. Celebrate the small wins and reinforce this habit loop. Reward yourself the right way. Number 8, leverage social accountability. This one's huge. You are who you hang out with. If you want to be more consistent, surround yourself with people who prioritize fitness in their lives. Even if it's just a text thread with a friend that's across the states, you can help each other and motivate each other by saying, hey, here's a selfie of me finishing my workout. How did your guys' workout do today? Find some workout buddies in your region that do want to do the same kind of things as you, that have the same similar goals as you. This is where I find that group fitness classes are incredible. Although they may not be personal training and you might not have a personalized plan, a group fitness class creates a community like nothing that I've seen. And I'm probably one of the best people to talk about this because this is all that I've ever done in my adult life is coach group fitness and personal train. So I feel like I'm I would say this is one of the things in the world that I am an expert in. Group fitness, it has its downsides, but I would argue all day the upsides are incredible, especially when it comes to leveraging social accountability. You could hire a coach or a trainer for sure. This is an investment that at the start, a lot of people don't see the value in it. But then if you really think about it, what are the things that you spend your money on? I know some people that spend $300 a month on supplements, that spend $200 a month on Starbucks coffee, that spend $100 twice a week on going out to eat dinner. If you were to just take a fraction of that and hire a coach or a trainer once a week, you would see such benefits. From getting the wisdom, yes, but also because you are hiring someone to be in a certain time slot. And if you don't show up, you don't get that session. Like that is motivating in a lot of different ways. It's financially motivating, it's socially motivating. There's a lot of factors that go into having someone expecting you to be somewhere. And then another thing that I really enjoy is making a social media account that is just for your fitness journey. You could do it on your normal one if you want to, but some people don't feel comfortable with that. But just adding a few people on that social media account, you could have 10 friends, who cares, that are there to like and support you and cheer you on as you go. Just add the people that you know will really be there to support you. Just saying things out loud is powerful. Say, I'm working out tomorrow to the right people, and that will dramatically increase your chance of follow through. If you're someone who values your word, if you're someone that says, my word is my bond, this This number is gold. This is going to be the one that is going to be impactful for you too. So say it out loud, because once you say it, you're more likely to do it if you're someone that values your word. Number 8, leverage social accountability. We got a couple more here. Number 9, reframe the narrative. Reframe the narrative. Language matters. The verbiage that you use, it matters. Your identity matters. So stop saying, I have to work out. Start saying, I get to move my body. Say, I deserve to be strong. Say, I am someone who prioritizes fitness. Become the person. Create an identity of the person that you want to become. This is one of the most powerful things you can do to be consistent in your journey. And it starts with your language. One small shift. Instead of saying, oh, I can't eat that. I'm on a diet. I can't eat that. Say, I don't want that. I would enjoy that right now. I would enjoy that cake right now. I know that it would taste amazing, but I don't want that right now because that's not going to get me towards my goals. I can't eat that is restrictive. I don't want that is empowering. Find that small shift in your verbiage and you will see dramatic change. This shift is huge for people who use exercise as a punishment for what they did. They indulged, they went out, they overconsumed. Well, I'm going to work out as a punishment. There's a completely different action in your body that comes from working out as punishment or working out because you are grateful to be able to move your body and you want to be strong and you have goals to be someone who prioritizes fitness. When your actions come from self-hate, it never lasts. But when it comes from love, from pride, you're going to stick with it for life. So reframe the narrative and fix your language. And the 10th and final item on this list is to change your identity. We kind of talked about this a little bit, but it's so powerful. It deserves its own one. Change your identity. This is the deepest one, the most powerful one. Don't try to become the type of person who works out. Just decide, I am someone who prioritizes movement. I'm not going to try to become the type of person. I am someone who prioritizes movement. I am someone who gets stronger every week. I am a kind of person who never misses twice. Say it before you believe it, and then act on it before you're ready, and eventually it will become true. Change your identity. Become the person. Identify and make rules for your life and follow those rules and stay true to those rules. And you will see huge, huge benefit from this. Your consistency for sure will be there. So there you go. 10 real, tangible, behavior-based strategies to improve workout consistency. One little recap right here. Number 1, habit stack. Number 2, start small. Number 3, focus on the process. Number 4, plan for the obstacles that will come. 5, create that friction-free environment. 6, track it visually. Track it. 7, reward yourself the right way. 8, lean on your social accountability. 9, reframe your narrative. And 10, change your identity. Apply just a few of these and your consistency will skyrocket. But if you apply all of them, you will be unstoppable. I guarantee it. Because the people who win in fitness aren't the ones with the perfect plan, the perfect workout, the perfect streak. They're the ones who just keep showing up. Until next time, keep showing up, keep moving forward, and as always, keep living your dream. And that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me on this Training Tuesday episode of the Livin the Dream podcast. Share the knowledge that you gained with your friends and family and hold each other accountable. If this episode inspired you, share it with a friend who could benefit from finding a little consistency in their lives. To support this podcast and help it grow, please subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on and leave a review telling others how this podcast benefited you. Leave a comment on this episode letting us know how you're incorporating some of these items to find consistency. This is a non-cost way to help get this important wellness information into more people's ears. Tag me at livinthedream_podcast or at Coach Damien_SD and let us know how this episode benefited you. Let us know what we missed. Let us know what we got wrong. We want to know. Message us if you have any suggestions or tips that would help your Livin the Dream team that we can discuss in future episodes. I will be right here with you working on making us stronger, happier, and healthier humans. Until next time, friends, keep living the dream.